as we have understood that containers and Kubernetes is very much similar to the shipping industry, so let us understand the architecture based on the same analogy. So imagine a master and worker node like this. So a master is like a big controller ship on a dockyard or on a seaport, on a harbor, where other smaller ships used to load their workloads, their containers, and have to be transported into the sea. So these small ships will come to this controller ship, okay, this big ship, and they will get loaded and will be transported to the sea. So these are the ships which will travel into the sea carrying the workloads, but this ship will remain stationary at the port only, right? So this is our big controller ship which will act like master, and these are our worker nodes which will carry all the container workloads. So in this master ship, you have some cranes which are used to load your applications, load your containers into the worker ships, okay? And you have a captain who is in charge of the whole facility, okay? He's the most experienced guy in the whole ship, which takes all the decisions. And you have a control room by which you can communicate to every ship on the sea, okay? And you have an office space or a record space where you keep all your records, official records, right? So in technical terminology, consider these things as the crane as your kube scheduler. So the job of the kube scheduler is to schedule, is to load the containers onto the worker ships, okay? And this captain is actually a controller manager in terms of Kubernetes. Okay, so he is the manager of the whole cluster. He takes almost every decision, and this control room is your API server. So as the control room is used to communicate with other worker nodes, so the API server's job is to communicate with all of them, okay, in Kubernetes. And this office space is actually your etcd data store, which is used to keep all the records of your official information. So there has to be record keeping to maintain the states of the ships, like on which ship what workload has been there, and to which place it has to be transported. Okay, what is the load status, what is the resource status on the worker ships? All these things have to be recorded somewhere. So that record is in etcd data store in a Kubernetes cluster. However, on the worker side, you also have some captains, but these captains are junior to this captain. So these captains, each worker node will have its own captain, and they will be called as kubelet in Kubernetes terminology. So a kubelet is actually an agent of the controller manager, you can say. So this is a junior of this person, right? And these machines that you see on every worker node is kube proxy, basically some communication system which is used to communicate between the worker nodes, right? So apart from communicating to the controller ship here, they have to communicate to themselves also. So for that purpose, we have this kube proxy. And this platform on which your containers are loaded, you can consider this platform as container runtime. I mean, unless and until you have this platform installed into the worker ship, you cannot load your containers here. Okay. So these three entities will be there at the worker side, and these entities will be there on the master side. Okay. Now, if you see this diagram, it makes more sense than earlier. So the master have these components, a kube scheduler, a controller manager, an etcd data store, and an API server. So you see here, API server is the front face of the master, which communicates directly with the kubelet, okay, and takes status from all the kubelets in your cluster. So the job of kube scheduler is to just schedule the pods onto the worker nodes, and after scheduling, everything will be managed by the controller. I mean, the controller only gives him the direction where to schedule, what to schedule. And etcd is our states record. That means the database. On worker node side, you have three entities: your container runtime, kubelet, and kube proxy. Okay, so kubelet is the small captain of for this node. Okay, and kube proxy is used to communicate between the worker nodes, as I said. And in your worker nodes, you have your containers running, but the containers will be running inside your pods.